conservation of biodiversity. So next one is the conservation of biodiversity. So these are the threats to biodiversity. So next one is the conservation. So here the conservation of biodiversity, that is here we have, how to conserve this biodiversity. Here the enormous value of this biodiversity due to their genetic or commercial and also medical aesthetic importance. So to conserve this biodiversity, there are two approaches of biodiversity conservation. So first one is the in situ conservation and second one is the ex situ conservation. So here for the conservation, here the two ways. That is, first one is the in situ. In situ means within their natural habitat. So it is called as the in situ conservation, whereas ex situ means outside their natural habitat. So it is called as the ex situ conservation. So first one, in situ conservation. So this is which is achieved by the protection of the wild flora and fauna in nature itself. That is, examples for this in situ conservation are biosphere reserves, national parks, sanctuaries, and reserve forests. So these are the examples for in situ. That is, they are protected in their natural habitats only. So the biosphere reserve, mainly which conserves some representative ecosystems as a whole, are for long term in situ conservation. So here the Gulf of Mannar, Nilgiri, Sundarbans, Nanda Devi, these are the examples of this biosphere reserves. So here the national park. Another one is, that is national park. So it is an area, that is this in situ conservation, that is they are conserved in their protected natural habitats, that is protected areas. So here national park, it is an area which is dedicated for the conservation of wildlife along with its environment. So each park main aim is to conservation of some particular species of wildlife along with others. So these are some of the important national parks in India and the main animals which are conserved here. So Kaziranga National Park. So here mainly the main concentration that is to conserve the one-horned rhino. Gir National Park, Indian lion. So here, and Dachigam, that is Hangal, and Bandipur National Park. Here mainly elephants. And Periyar National Park, elephantine tiger. Kanha National Park, tiger. Corbett National Park, tiger. And Dudhwa National Park, tiger. And Ranthambore National Park, tiger, and Sariksha National Park, tiger. So these are the, so in this part, so mainly here the mainly conserving these along with the other animals.
Along with this, madam, please, previous slide. Along with this, the state also most important. GK, current affairs, and also other competitive exams. These national parks situated or established or constructed at which state? So Kaziranga belongs to Assam state. It is the most important to conserve rhinoceros. Gir National Park established or constructed in Gujarat. Dachigam, it is a northeast state. Bandipur, Karnataka. Periyar, Kerala. Kanha, Madhya Pradesh. Corbett, Intamundu, Uttar Pradesh, unde Jim Corbett. It is the first national park in India, which is the most suitable for conservation of the Royal Bengal tiger, our national animal. And Dudhwa, Uttar Pradesh. Ranthambore, Rajasthan, and Sariska also belongs to Rajasthan. These are the national parks which are most important, and also the conserve different animals. Even though today is also most important these names and also the states also. Madam, please proceed.
Okay. So these are important. So next one is a wildlife sanctuary. So these are the protected areas. So where killing, hunting, and shooting or capturing of wildlife is prohibited, except under control of the highest authority. So here they are inhibited. That is mainly killing. So here they are protected. So mainly these are some of the wildlife sanctuaries and mainly so major wildlife here. So Ghana Bird Sanctuary, that is 300 species of birds are conserved here, and Hazaribagh Sanctuary, tiger and leopard, and Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary, mainly migratory birds. Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, here water birds are mainly conserved, and Abohar Wildlife Sanctuary, black buck, and Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary, that is mainly here tiger, elephant, and leopard are preserved or conserved, and Vedantangal Bird Sanctuary, that is water birds, and Jaldapara Wildlife Sanctuary, here rhinoceros, elephants, and tigers. So wild ass sanctuary. So here the wild ass, wolf, nilgai, and chinkara. So these are conserved here. So they are protected here. So these are the some of the wildlife sanctuaries. So this is about the these are the so okay. So here so this in situ conservation, which is mainly done by providing the protection to these to biodiversity, which is rich areas with a network of protected areas. So in India, the protected areas of the poly mainly. So in situ conservation, mainly national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves, and ecologically fragile and sensitive areas. So the protected area network of 85 national parks and 448 wildlife sanctuaries has been created. So the result of this network, which have been significant in restoring the vibrant populations of large mammals such as the tiger, lion, rhinoceros, and crocodiles and elephants. So the main advantages of these protected areas are, so here the genetic diversity of all species which are inhabiting an area can be conserved, and species can be maintained in their natural habitat. That is in situ conservation. So we are conserving in their natural habitats only. And in protected areas, that is human intervention is also minimum, and pollution and poaching in the protected area can be checked. So eco development programs which involving the local communities have been initiated recently for the sustained conservation of ecosystem, and this economic needs of the local communities are also taken care under this program. So through the provision of alternative sources of income, and also for the steady availability of this forest and related products. So some programs also been launched for the scientific management, and also use of wetlands, mangroves, and also the coral reef ecosystems. So 21 wetlands and mangrove areas and 4 coral reef areas have been identified for the intensive conservation and management purpose here. So 6 significant wetlands of India have been declared as Ramsar sites under the Ramsar Convention. So under the World Heritage Convention also 5 natural sites have been identified. So here this national park. So here it is a reserve of land which is usually owned by the national government. So it is a tract of land, so which is declared public property to preserve and develop for the purpose of recreation and also culture. So it is mainly protected from the human development activities and pollution. So these national parks mainly are the protected areas which comes under the IUCN category 2. So there are about 10 existing national parks in India, which covering an area of 38,024.10 kilometers per. So which is 1. 162 National Park to protect in India was Haley National Park, now is known as the Jim Corbett National Park, which is established in the year 1935. So another one is this Silent Valley. Okay. So Silent Valley National Park, which is a small national park which is located in Palakkad district of Kerala. So which is located in the Kundali Hills of the Western Ghats. So this park, which is called as a Silent Valley, because here the absence of the noisy insects are icons. So here this forest mainly, however, echoes with the sounds of teeming of this wildlife. So this national park, which is rich in biodiversity. So here where new plant and animal species are being discovered every year. So many rare bird species are also found, such as the great Indian hornbill, ceylon, frogmore, and also the Nilgiri laughing thrush. So here the lion-tailed macaque is also found here. So there is a valuable resources of herbs and rare plants also available here, and also the Silent Valley. It is a storehouse of medicinal plants, and it is also a valuable source of important genetic variants also. So large mammals such as the tiger, elephant, sloth, bear, and wild boar, which are also found in the fringes of the forest. So mainly this Silent Valley's most famous resident is the lion-tailed macaque. So which is endangered because of the habitat fragmentation and reduced habitat size. And also the isolation of population, which leading to the inbreeding depression and also the vulnerable to the random events. So in the late 1970 and early 1980, so this park became a focal point of India's fire-set environmental debate. So when the Kerala State Electricity Board decided to build a dam across the river Kunti that runs through the valley. But due to this, if the dam is constructed here, so this here the loss of this animals, the organisms which are present here will be lost. So due to which, so here some conclave is taken place. So the Silent Valley ecosystem has since then been under a long-term conservation program. So in 1973, so they declared as they want to construct a dam here in 1970 to 80. In 1973, the hydroelectric project across the river was sanctioned, but there was a lot of resistance against the project, and this project was dropped due to the concern about its impact on the environment and also on the endangered species. So non-governmental organizations like Kerala Sastra Sahitya Parishad, which led to the conservation movement with the help of street plays, dramas, and meetings, and the daily newspaper. Also, they supported the cause of conservation of the tropical forests, and botanists and also the geologists who also used to trek the valley in search of rare species also supported the cause. So finally, mm, Dr. Salim Ali and Dr. Parthasarathi from the World Wildlife Fund for the nature, and also the many well-known personalities also joined the movement to stop the construction of the dam. So nature lovers and international organizations such as the IUCN, WWF, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, and Dr. Swaminathan also helped in taking up the cause politically. And finally, 1983, the project was abandoned, that is stopped, and the valley was declared as a national park, so which was inaugurated by the Mr. Rajiv Gandhi in 1985. So it is interesting to think that how the government also forced to bow down to the people's opinion, and also to how to conserve the biodiversity. So the literary and progress attitude of the people in Kerala must have played a major role in the success of this campaign. So this is about the story of Silent Valley. And here, some of the important points. So the largest national park in the world is the Northeast Greenland National Park, which is established in the year 1978. And these are some of the important dates. 29th December, which is the Biodiversity Day, and first week of October is a Wildlife Week, and 5th June as a World Environment Day. So next one is the sand. Is also a reserved area for the protection of the wildlife. So it is a collection of that is collection of the, so here collection of the cutting trees are allowed, and provided they do not affect the animals. So there are 448 existing wildlife sanctuaries and another 217 sanctuaries are proposed in the protected area network and biosphere reserve. So these are the protected areas which are meant for the preserving the genetic diversity in the various biomes. So the concept of this biosphere reserves, which is evolved by the UNESCO's Man and Biosphere in the year 1976, the Man in Biosphere provided about so the number of such areas which have increased since then, and the biosphere reserve, which also concentric areas zoned for the different use. So here these are the different zones which are present in this biosphere reserve. So that is the core zone, transition zone, and transition zone. So the core zone, which is the innermost zone, which is devoted to preserve the biodiversity with no human interference. That is in the center zone, that is the core zone. Here it is the innermost zone and which is devoted to preserve interference. And second one, that is around the core zone, there is a buffer zone. So in which some settlements and resources, use of these resources is allowed. So in this area, variety of educational programs and research activities are also carried out, such as the identification of endangered species or artificial propagation of species and application of tissue culture techniques to enable the rapid multiplication threatened species. So this is the second zone, that is buffer zone. So the outermost zone, which is the transition zone, so where sustainable developmental activities are permitted. So this is an area of interaction between the biosphere reserve management and also the local people. So here activities such as the forestry, recreation, or cropping, etc., are permitted in outer zone. So these reserves also aims to conserve the biological diversity and genetic integrity of the plants, animals, and also the microorganisms in their totality as a part of the natural ecosystem. So there are approximately 400 biosphere reserves in 94 countries. And the list, so these are, so the list, here it is not clear, the list of biosphere reserves, I will share later. So next one is the sacred forests and lakes. So these sacred forests are groves. These are the small patches of forests which are also conserved through the man's spiritual belief and faith. So in India, that is sacred groves, mainly found in Kashi, Jaintia hills of Meghalaya, Aravalli hills of Rajasthan, and Western Ghats regions of Karnataka, and Maharashtra and Sarguja and Chanda and Bastar areas of Madhya Pradesh. Here the many plant species are found in this forest which are belonging to 183 genera and 84 families. So this the protection of whole communities as a sacred ponds, groves is also a remarkable feature of this Indian subcontinent. So here some of the prominent examples which are listed below are some of the one of the most widespread tradition in India is protection given to the trees of the genus Ficus, so which are found in the countryside and also which are only the larger trees in the midst of the towns and cities. So they are considered as a biologist as the keystone species, that is serving as the food source at time of need for other frugivores. So pipal tree, that is Ficus religiosa, so which is also had a conspicuous position in the cultural landscape of North India and also the human collective memory of more than 5,000 years. Bale tree also and eagle marmolas, which are also associated with the Lord Shiva, Tulasi with Lord Vishnu, and fig Ficus gloom with Lord Dattatreya, the sun. So here son of Trimurti and the Kadam tree is also like to the Lord Krishna. So in many villages of South India, there are no temples. So Gram Devata or village goddess may be a big tree which is located in the village. So this is about some of the examples of this sacred groves. So next one is also, this is about the in situ conservation. So next one